Let's see if we can find a park that Google Maps says exists here in Tribeca, but I don't see it. It's like surrounded by traffic and highway lanes. But let's see. There's a missing park here in New York City that's like Brigadoon. Try not to get hit by any buses here. This is has a name, Albert Capsugo Park. We'll walk in here. You can hear the noise of Canal Street, very busy street. Now this looks like it used to be a waterfall attraction to maybe help drown out all the traffic noise, but there's no water flowing. There were people here before, but there's nobody here on the benches now. Nice greenery. So when you look at the map, it looks like, and Google Maps says that there's play fields and maybe a rec center, maybe handball courts. We'll see what they really have here. There's major construction going on here. This is Lake Street. And what a lot of this traffic is all this traffic facing me is coming out of the Holland Tunnel from New Jersey. And that traffic is constant, so it's never-ending flow. And what it does when it comes out of the tunnel is a lot of the traffic is funneled into like a roundabout with various exits coming off the roundabout. So now we're walking up a over a pedestrian bridge that goes over one of the exits to the roundabout. So there looks like some open space in the middle of the roundabout. We'll see. Definitely not on most tourist itinerary for visiting New York, but an interesting study nonetheless. So along, I believe this is still 8th Street. This is there's some historic buildings to look at. This is supposedly called St. John's Park. And I don't see any playfields anymore. I see a bunch of gravel. I don't know how you get there. You have to cross this busy stream of traffic that's going around the roundabout and spinning off on various exits. We have a nice city bike dock here. Plenty of bikes available. I'll catch one of these at the end. Nice Belgian black streets to admire. But as far as the park goes, I mean, I've seen the fencing, I've seen the benches, you see the trees, and maybe I've heard mention that there's a park here, but you always wonder how could it be with so much traffic. It's sort of similar to in New York, there's roads in the city and in the suburbs called parkways, and they're meant for cars only, no trucks. But a lot of times you'll see on maps that the green space along the sides of the highway are considered a park, but there's a highway running through it. So that's sometimes New York's definition of a park. It's like you take what you can get. And this is the Graveler Manufacturing Company building is an apartment building now, converted. So let's walk around. You can see there's a sign for the Holland Tunnel. Thank you, Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, for providing that trash can to the city of New York. So this is Hudson Street. Maybe once upon a time it was on the Hudson itself, but now it's a couple of blocks inland. If you look straight down, that's Jersey City, New Jersey down there. It's actually across the river. This is a new apartment building, very high end, very, very, very high end, but it's unusual in its Tetris-like architecture. It's unique to New York. There's maybe a couple of buildings like that in New York, but I've seen it elsewhere in pictures, especially South America. So definitely nice buildings here along Hudson Street. And along the south end of the quote-unquote park, the police have set up barricades, so you can't go in there. You can't go down that street unless you're a local resident. So here's showing the traffic coming out of the Holland Tunnel and just spinning around what maybe once was a real park, but now it's just in the middle of a bunch of traffic. So it's not much of a park. What people in Tribeca do get for a park like experience is mostly going over to the Hudson River, along the Hudson River bike path, which is fairly recent, within the last 10 years or so, 15 years. So before that, not a lot of green space in Tribeca, but still a beautiful neighborhood. I'll show you one other little area in a little bit. We'll walk down to it. That is in Tribeca proper. Okay, so here's the other little green area I was thinking of. There's probably one or two other little pocket type parks. This is at Duane and Hudson. Impressive brick buildings across the street. So they even have concerts here in the summer. Maybe canceled for this summer, but that was the plan. Duane Park, it is called. And at the other end, it's also Duane. Duane and Duane. But nice brick building across the street. Woolworth building in the distance with the green roof. There's always construction going on, it seems like, in every street, so that always sort of takes away a little bit from the quiet quality of the neighborhood. But they have outdoor dining restaurants here at the end of the street at Greenwich Street. But I just like this triangle. Looking up one of the alleyways. Look at that Victorian building with the peaked roof. That is wild. So I know famous people live here or have lived here. I want to say JFK Jr. lived in this area with his new wife. But so that's a little bit of green space that people can actually use. Looks like there's a line of people to get in a coffee shop called the Laughing Man. Pretty cool. So, and then there's this sort of like planned forest. Let's see what this is. Maybe it's a little more natural than I'm giving it credit for. I thought maybe it was where all the trees are planted in a grid. There's a playground in the middle. We're just north of the World Trade Center. It's something for being near some of the tallest office buildings, densest office building section in the world. How quiet the streets can be so close to downtown Manhattan. So this is called Washington Market Park, and it looks like it's primarily playgrounds. Look at it briefly here. No kids there. Don't want to film any kids. YouTube frowns upon that. So, but you can also come here. I think I've been here before, where you can come here during lunch if you want to eat lunch outdoors. And this area might be more popular for that because City Hall Park, which is closer to downtown, is closed right now due to the threat of more Black Lives Matter protests that were occupying a part of that park. So the police have barricaded off the whole park. But look at this, they even have a little Victorian gazebo here at the end. So it's like small town America right here in Lower Manhattan. Okay, that'll do it for the green spaces of Tribeca. See you in the next video.